everyone, my name is Jessica Ponce, and for my COMM 333 Eportfolio 4 project, I will be critically analyzing Apple advertisements through the contextual lens of motivational appeals. Let's get started. From iPods fueling our workouts at the gym to MacBooks allowing college students to get their essays done on the way to concerts, Apple has ingrained itself as a cultural staple by leading the way in computer technology. So, how did Apple become so popular within our society? Well, along with building a highly credible reputation by selling quality, innovative products, they have also developed an ingenious advertising strategy rooted in persuasive motivational appeals. Let's check out some examples. Please note that all the following commercial examples can be viewed on the links below. Apple introduced its first Macintosh with a bang, literally, as it shows a woman breaking a screen depicting a dictator. Although I obtained this video from YouTube, it was initially broadcast as a commercial during the 1984 Super Bowl, making the target audience 18 to 40-year-old men. This commercial further targets men by using sex appeal, depicting a beautiful woman dressed in revealing attire. While sex appeal is typically considered a peripheral cue, I will make the argument that this commercial is highly effective due to its ability to make the audience centrally process the message, as no product is ever depicted. According to Professor Litzenmeyer, when a person engages in central processing, their reliance on the persuader's credibility decreases. Being that this was Apple's first commercial and they weren't known yet, this was a very smart tactic. I also find it interesting that the message of this commercial calls for people to break free from group conformity, a daring move indeed. Apple continued to push societal boundaries with its iPhone X First Dance commercial depicting gay couples sharing their first dance as a married couple. Again, make sure you view the links below. Although this commercial went semi-viral in the States through social media, it was initially broadcasted as a television commercial in Australia after the legalization of gay marriage, making the target audience the LGBT community and those that support it. The love and organic happiness displayed by the affectionate couple clearly warms the audience's heart. Unlike the first commercial, this is an example of a peripheral cue, or as Professor Litzenmeyer puts it, a shortcut to interpreting the message. The audience, including myself, is so overwhelmed by emotion that we forget that they're actually trying to sell us an iPhone. The effectiveness of their persuasive message is dependent on one's stance on gay marriage. For example, being that I am a supporter of gay rights, buying an iPhone X would stay consistent with my beliefs. As Gass and Sater insinuate, if Apple didn't support gay rights, I would experience mental stress known as cognitive dissonance, which would make the message less effective. My only critique with this advertisement is that Apple released it after gay marriage was legalized and failed to air it in the United States. Looking at this through the theory of recent action, if Apple aired it in the US, it could influence the normative beliefs that could eventually lead to change. Apple again shows its versatile advertisement strategy with a less controversial commercial in the Mac versus PC. It is evident that Apple uses indirect humor in celebrities to target middle-aged consumers that would be more familiar with technical terminology. Being that Apple already has a strong reputation, according to Professor Litzenmeyer, the use of humor makes them look more socially attractive and also helps give their brand a personality. Other than that, I really don't think this commercial would persuade the majority of the audience to buy a Mac over PC, because humor is typically viewed as a peripheral cue. It's not thought provoking. Thus, the audience will likely laugh but fail to see the true message. It is also important to note that integration is used when Mac demonstrates how it's better than PC. As Gass and Sater insinuate, this may actually help their persuasive message. Apple continues tuning its own horn in its Your Phone versus iPhone commercial. However, they do add a new level to it by utilizing a scare appeal. This commercial, which I obtained from YouTube, was originally a televised commercial that showed imagery symbolism to convey the message that iPhone has better security features than its competition, Android. This commercial targets those skeptical of privacy settings, such as parents of children with phones. If we analyze this commercial through the social judgment theory and a consumer was in the latitude of non-commitment or stuck between buying an iPhone or its competitors, I do believe iPhone's fear appeal would be effective in swinging the pendulum to iPhone's side. This last advertisement is my personal favorite. While its main purpose is to encourage people to buy its iPad Pro, its message also helps redefine traditional female depictions in media. According to Morris, in media, men are assigned more value and prestige than women. Apple breaks traditional gender stereotypes by using warmth appeals by depicting a young, neutrally dressed, intelligent female engaging in traditional boy activities and adventuring around the city alone. While I personally love the meaning behind this commercial as it encourages young women to break gender stereotypes, it received a lot of negative backlash in social media, with people calling the girl derogative names. I argue that this is due to people experiencing cognitive dissonance as they are not accustomed to young females being portrayed like this. While the debate on gender roles slightly distracts from its persuasiveness, the repetition of the iPad being utilized ultimately makes this commercial very effective. In conclusion, Apple became a household name by implementing a highly effective marketing strategy that utilizes motivational appeals to connect and persuade a wide variety of audience. Through the adoption of sex, fear, warmth, and humor tactics, Apple is not only leading innovation, but also leading societal change. Thank you for watching my video.